Hi class, on to high pressure systems. With a high pressure system, if we're looking at it from a top view, like on a weather map, or we're looking down at it, a high pressure is going to appear as a big blue H on the weather map. And the horizontal wind flow around that high pressure is going to be clockwise and outward, kind of like a pinwheel. So our horizontal wind motion around a high pressure is going to be clockwise, CW, and outward. Okay, and so if you remember with a low pressure system, the air flowed counterclockwise and inward, and that inward motion we referred to as convergence. Air converged in the center of low pressure. With high pressure, the motion is clockwise and outward, and we refer to that as divergence. So divergence is the opposite of convergence. And so there's divergence from, is the best way to put it, from the center of the high pressure. All right, and the vertical wind motion, again, vertical wind motion is really important because we have to look at weather in 3 dimensions because we've got layers in the atmosphere. So the vertical wind motion associated with a high pressure is going to be downward. In other words, we've got air sinking. This is going to be sinking air in the center of a high pressure. And so oftentimes when you look at a high pressure, the winds will be very light, if not calm, and the skies will be clear because the air is sinking instead of rising. Remember, it's rising in a low pressure. In a high pressure, it's sinking. And the importance of the sinking air is that it's going to suppress water vapor, which again is concentrated near the Earth's surface, from being carried upward. Okay, so as a result, what we normally find with high pressures, and there's no absolutes in meteorology, but this is very typical, that high pressures are typically a location of generally nice weather. And we often use the word fair, I don't know why, but fair weather is usually associated with high pressure. Okay, and so by that we mean clear to partly cloudy skies. And so, when you're looking at a weather map, you can make a seat of your pants forecast if there is high pressure out to the west. We know that weather systems in the mid-latitudes move from west to east. So if you see a high pressure out to the west and it's moving towards you, you can anticipate that you're going to have nice weather coming up for the next few days. Conversely, if you see a low pressure out to the west and it's heading your way, then you know that the convergence of air in the center of low pressure is likely going to bring clouds and precipitation. All right, so if we look at high pressures now from a profile view, so a profile view of a high pressure, again, if you look out on the horizon and you're looking at the surface, SFC, and you see a big blue H on the horizon, Okay, what this would look like in terms of a profile view is that the air would be sinking in the center of high pressure, and it's moving outward. Okay, so clockwise, outward, and downward is the motion of air. And this is what's associated with the high pressure, and that downward motion, again, is the what suppresses the water vapor from being lifted up into the air. And so as a result, you typically have either clear skies or partly cloudy skies associated with the high pressure. All right, that's high pressures. Next, we're going to talk about isobars on a weather map.